DART is our District Autism Resource Team, and it's a group of people that are really committed to learning more about autism and supporting the students with autism in our district and the teachers and staff that work with them. I'm Diana Ketteridge, and I'm the DART coordinator. DART is a group of learning strategists, general education teachers, OTs, speech and language, and myself. We meet each month with Kate McGinnity, who is an outside autism consultant, and we program around students in our district, and we really work as a team to provide the structures that students with autism really need.
How are you today? How was Ella?
Students with autism all communicate in different ways, and so one way that Nathan communicates is through typing. And so at first we started with a choice board on paper, but then with access to technology and the iPad, we use apps like iMean and Sound to Type to allow us to communicate with words, which we've never had access to. We also consider a lot of times in autism, for us to be able to fully learn and be ready to take in knowledge, our sensory system has to be regulated. So we do a lot of different things to regulate the sensory system, including that tactile board that provides some kind of sensory input, but so does the audio of the music, and then also that both the motion of moving forward and the feel of air moving back and forth. So we build a lot of breaks into our day, both movement breaks and other kinds of breaks, so that we are regulated and ready to learn. We've seen so much growth. So when Nathan came into 7th grade, he was using a communication system called PEX, which is the Picture Exchange Communication System. And so he carried a little binder with pictures to communicate, and he would have to hand someone a picture, but that was really sometimes challenging because our hand-eye coordination can be really difficult with students with autism, and just the control over our movements. So when we introduced typing, and we also use another way of communicating called discrete trial, and that really opened avenues for us. So we got to hear Nathan's voice for the first time and really communicate with him. So not only do we type at school, but he has a therapist at home that he types with, and that allows him to communicate with mom for the first time.
It's amazing that we can show how successful these kids are with that real life footage. We see them in the classroom, working with other people, using the technology and the supports that we have in place, and seeing that success.
There's this timer thing, there's this super stretch, which I've never done before, and there's this emotions thing, it tells you the emotion, and then you have to tap the face that's feeling it.
She'll use one-liners from other things. It's really, really amazing. I mean, and what's cool is the other kids, she'll read her stories to them, and they're always wow, Taylor's a really good writer.
Because we do have a large population of students with autism, sometimes when teachers see on their class lists that, oh, I'm going to have a student with autism in my classroom, what does that mean? What does that mean for myself as the teacher? What does it mean for all the students in my class? What are the things I need to have in place? And it can kind of be overwhelming or feel what am I going to do? People seeing this video would think oh, it isn't too hard. It is pretty easy to do. I can rely on the DART team, or the learning strategists in my building to start putting things in place. And these kids are successful, and we can provide the things that they need to have them be accessing curriculum just like everyone else.
Of course, back when I was in 1st grade, I became really well fascinated with this website called BrainPop Junior, and I've used it a lot and it made me so smart. The goal of me is like it talks about like the rest of autism, like what does it do to you? Like even though I had the disability, it was pretty frustrating in infancy. My parents didn't even find out I was born with it. And they thought I would be like just like my brother, which is Jack. And but when I was 3 years old, that's when they found out what the problem was. I was diagnosed with autism. They tried to get me through therapy, but therapy didn't go so well. I would throw like temper tantrums and a lot of other stuff, and when I was about in 2nd grade, therapy wasn't pretty much needed anymore. There's a 1 right here, it's just T. And now you have to multiply by -11, which is of course -11T. And then you do it again by 1, and then it's -11. Well, just because I have autism doesn't mean I can do the most things anybody else can. I mean, like I can play sports, I can go fishing, I can go, like, I can do anything that anybody can do.
Just not even that many years ago here in Oconomowoc, those students really didn't access a curriculum with their general education peers. Often they were accessing curriculum in a different classroom or without their peers, and so it's amazing the progress that we've made and the progress that these students have helped us make through inclusion and through UDL practices, that they are accessing curriculum, they are making amazing progress, they are working at grade level, and so showcasing them and seeing them within the classroom really shows that we're doing good work.
Welcome to Windwood. My name is Noah.
The more people that understand autism and students with disability in general, the more we can continue to provide those things in the classroom for all. And so the supports that we provide for specifically some of the students in this video, it's kind of like what's good for one might be good for all. And so the breaks, the structures and systems, those things, we can be providing that for everyone, and it won't be this is just for those kids. This is just what this classroom looks like, and it works really great for you, but it works really great for everyone. And so as a DART team, we continue to push ourselves and push our teachers to have classrooms and environments that work for everyone. As a district, I'm just so proud of everybody on the DART team and all of the students with autism and all of our students in general. Each year, I'm blown away with the progress that our students are making and the hard work that our staff, our teachers, the paraprofessionals, our parents, all the hard work, all of us combined as that one team, we're making tons of progress.